Hey guys, this is Matt from Geopoint Data, and this is part of Geopoint Data Spotlight that we're showing you exactly how to order some of our most sought after lists, how to really narrow down your lists into what you actually would want to ideally have in a list and to talk to the people you'd ideally want to talk to. And we're starting out with absentee owners, and more specifically, absentee owners who are 60 and older. And this is a really popular list because these guys either they have a primary residence and it's not this property that we're finding in this area, and they're older, so it's either a vacation home or a rental property or anything like that, and they might have some incentive to want to sell that property either through a life transition, you're a little old to start going to go back to Arizona every single year or something like that. So we're going to dig into that by being on our website on geopointdata.com, and we're going to go to data lists and go to stacked. And this will get you our stacked data part of the website. So on this, you'll see the pricing right over here of with phone numbers, without phone numbers, a little information on how to order. And this is where all the fun happens. This is where you start building out your lists. So in this situation, let's say we're someone who wants to send out 1,000 mailers to absentee owners who are 60 plus. So all we have to do is, if you're actually just mailing these people, you do not need to call them in any capacity on your first touch of marketing. You don't need phone numbers at all for these guys because you're just going to be mailing them. So all you're going to do is up here, there's an option for yes, contact info, and no, I don't need contact info. So just click no, I don't need contact info. If you wanted the contact information, just click yes, and you get all the phone numbers. You can call these guys up on their mobile number and try to close the deal from there. But we're just going to go to, let's just do a vacation area like Mesa, Arizona. My grandparents had a place out there, so that's why I'm doing this, because they actually sold that place probably about 10 years ago because they couldn't continue to go there every single year because we're getting a little too old. So Mesa, Arizona, we're gonna go absentee owner. We're just gonna see what the count's like for now. I'm gonna have to add some more areas. As you can see, I pressed view count and nothing happened, and that's because I did not select the property type. So I'm gonna select a single family and condos, and since we're looking for we want to throw some investors in the mix, 2 to 4plex will be a good call for that. So now I click view available account, and it'll give me all the absentee owned properties that are in Mesa, Arizona. And just to do some research on this, I just want to look up the Mesa population. We'll grab the 2020 population, and the population is at 527,000. So that is a pretty big one. So that means that we're going to get a decent amount of absentee owners, especially the ones with no phone numbers, because we warehouse more people without phone numbers than we do with phone numbers in most cases, most areas. So based off this, we have 39,000 to play with. Again, we're talking to someone who wants 1,000 to mail out. So all you're going to do is up here, there's these data stack motivating flags. Since we're only doing one filter as 60 plus, you can do all or you can do any. The only way that this comes into play is if you're selecting multiple of them. If you're selecting 60 plus low credit, low income wouldn't necessarily work, just because most people who are older have near to zero income. So the low income wouldn't necessarily work on it. It wouldn't really be a good indication. Low credit you can play around with. Since we're only using one, we'll hit 60 plus. If we hit low credit and 60 plus, that means if we did the all, it would be people that are 60 plus absentee owners with low credit also. If we do the any, it means that we'd be looking at absentee owners who are either 60 plus or flagged as low credit. And there'll be a combination where some of them are both, but there'll be definitely some people who are just low credit and some people are just 60 plus. So we're going to click all and then just go to the 60 plus because that's what we want to deal with. We just want to see what the available count is. So you click the refresh button on under view available counts, and you'll be able to get that count, which will calculate in a couple seconds. And now we're at 7,375. So based off this, there's a couple different directions that we can take. We can either just grab 1,000 of these records from there, and you just get your list, you go check out, and you'd be good to go. But we can further filter things down using our advanced filtering, which is where a lot of the fun happens. My favorite one to filter down from is the max sale date. I like to have a little bit of equity in these when we're doing these deals. And based off of this, I'm just going to go back and just do, we can probably do a lot of equity. I'm just going to do 10 years of equity to start out. So that means that they've owned this house for at least 10 years. So then I'm going to do view available count, and it'll take it down from that 7,000 mark to something less than that because we were filtering on top of it. And once we get that number back, we're at 2,159, right? One thing to keep in mind is when you're using the 60 plus filter up here, this 60 plus filter will override anything on here. So you don't need to type in 60 to 120. 60 plus will work on that filter. It'll override this no matter what. So I don't really like playing around with the purchase price and market value just because it can cut in a lot. And we're only trying to cut 50% of this out, but knowing that area, we should be able to dig down, getting 350,000 as a purchase price, and then 500,000 as a current market value of the home. So if we do that, we should be able to get the count to right around 1,000. But this is where you kind of got to play with things. Okay, so we're at 895. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these purchase prices and market values exactly the same. I'm just going to go up to this date, and I'm going to add 2 years to it. So it means they have 8 years of ownership in the house. It is an absentee owned property, meaning that they have a primary residence that is not this property, and they are over the age of 60. Now we have 1,155. So this is right where we want to be. I'm just going to go in and put 1,000 records in here. And then all you have to do is click submit. But again, just to go over the list, what this list actually is you'll get a list of 1,000 records of people who are absentee owners, who are over the age of 60 in the area of Mesa. So that means their absentee owned property is in Mesa. They live either outside of Mesa or in Mesa in a different property or outside the state or wherever they live. And when you get your list, you'll actually have their mailing address that we associated that owner with. So you can actually mail your mailers to that actual property that they live at regarding their home in Mesa that they might want to sell to you. So this is a list of 1,000 people from Mesa, Arizona, who are absentee owners with properties in Mesa who are over the age of 60, and it's single family homes, condos, 2 to 4plex, who have owned the house for at least 8 years, 8.5 years in this case when I'm filming this. And the purchase price of the house was 0 to 350,000, and the market value of the house right now is 0 to 500,000. And that got me the list of 1,155. I pulled 1,000 out of it, and then we will go check out. So that's how you kind of think through the process of how to filter these lists out. This one in our Geopoint Data Spotlight was actually just the absentee 60 plus list, and there's a lot of other absentee lists that we're going to make these same sort of videos on and walking you through the process of how to order this data so you can talk to the right people that you want to talk to. The moral of the story is Geopoint Data was designed to help you prospect less and close more, and we're very happy with the results that we've gotten from people using our lists, and we hope that you choose Geopoint Data or continue to choose Geopoint Data for all your real estate data lead list needs. So with that, thank you very much. If you have any questions and concerns, reach out to support@geopointdata.com or call the 480 number on the top of our website right here, and we'll be happy to help you out, placing your order, walking you through the list, customizing lists if you are answering any questions that you have along the way. So thank you.